How's it going, Vandals? I'm Johnny Alpha, and I'd like to welcome you back to Graphic Vandalism. And this video isn't something I really planned on making, but it's one that I felt that I totally needed to make. I know I already made my Best of 2018 video, and I do still totally stand by that list. But since making that video, I've read a few really amazing books from last year that I really loved and need to talk about and give some love to. And with that, Vandals, let's just get into it. Okay, and first up, we have Death or Glory, written by Rick Remender with stellar and vivid art by Bingal, published by Image Comics. And I have to say, I'm more than thrilled to have Bingal working on American comics. He is one of my favorite European artists, and I really do just love his work. And in this book, he and Remender tell one hell of a satisfying road epic about love, betrayal, organ theft, and human trafficking, all in a really rad and concise grindhouse style story full of incredible car chases, quirky characters, and shady scumbags. And I really do applaud Reminder for always having a new and different style with all of his books. I really just love it when a creator never repeats themselves. And on the real, Death or Glory is a better action movie than most of the actual action movies that were released in cinema this year. And next up is Skyward, written by Joe Henderson with fast, fun, and fluid art by Lee Garbett, published by Image Comics. And to be honest, I wasn't really very interested in this comic at first, and kind of only got it just because it was a slow month of comics when the trade dropped, and I just really needed something to read. But man, oh man, was I happy that I actually did read it, as it's one of the most fun and more wild sci-fi books of the year. And the story for this one takes place in a world where gravity has gone insane, and it follows the adventures of Willa, a message delivery girl who gets in way over her head due to her father's scientific knowledge. And I really do just love the character Willa. She is a very fun and likable main lead with a good personality and mad moves in the air. And that really helps make this high-flying adrenaline rush of a comic so magnificent and a total must read. Right on. And next, let's check out Infidel, written by Pornsak Pikachot with dark, moody, and horrific art by Aaron Campbell, published by Image Comics. And to put it bluntly, Infidel is simply amazing. It's just a very, very creepy horror story with some utterly amazing social political overtones. But what I love best about it is that it's not a book that preaches at you, not at all. It's a book that is taken on both sides of an argument in a very smart and civil way. It's a book that understands others and their points of view, and it only asks for people to try and understand it as well. And I just love that. My hat's off to Mr. Pikachu and Image Comics for giving us this wonderful comic that tells a truly terrifying story in more than one way. Honestly, if you haven't read Infidel yet, you're really missing out on both a true horror epic and an eye-opening experience that you don't come across very often. Right on. And how about now we hop on over to Abbott, written by Saladin Ahmed with just stunning art by Sammy Cavilla, published by Boom Studios. And Abbott is just a really rad soul cinema exploitation style take on myths and magic, set in 1972 Detroit, and it tells the story of Elena Abbott, a tough as nails reporter that doesn't take crap from anybody. While she's on a story involving strange mutilations in the city, she starts having these horrific visions that drag her into the never-ending struggle between the light and the darkness, and it's just glorious. And I really do just dig the character Abbott. She's written with that total Pam Grier style swagger that emotes both utter badassness and likability and compassion. And wow, I'm really becoming a huge fan of Sammy Cavella's art. Between this and Beautiful Canvas, I'm just blown away by their ability to make such fun and moving art. Okay then, and last but surely not least, we have Zojiquan, written by Colin Kelly and Jackson Lansing, with beautiful, brutal, and fantastical art by Nathan Gooden, published by Vault Comics. And Zojiquan is one of the most beautiful and eye-opening comics I have ever read. It's a book that takes on the sad idea that any idealism, no matter how virtuous or loving, can be taken by someone down the line and made into rules of subjugation and repression. And this book tells it straight to your face, unapologetically. And the story for this one is all about a grieving mother named Shannon who magically appears in a strange new world, and she randomly gets pulled through time while she's there. She makes friends with a race of small creatures called the Zoja, and she tries to teach them how to protect themselves and how to be good people. But with her being randomly pulled through time, she sees the creatures she took under her wing use her teachings for horrible things, and with each new time jump, it only gets worse. And I just love it. The stark truth of this book is a gut punch, but it's a needed one in today's world where being a decent person is something that gets mocked. So I utterly just love this book, its message, and I can't wait to read more from these creators or Vault Comics. Well, there you have Vandals, 5 more books from 2018 that I completely love, and I really hope you enjoyed this video or at least learned about a few new books from it. But for now, and until next time, this is Johnny Alpha from Graphic Vandalism saying don't stop reading.